Hello kindergarten, welcome to art class. You know I still miss you guys, my favorite class in the whole school. So I hope you're doing well. I have a fun art project for us today. We're going to paint bubbles. We're going to paint with bubbles. We're going to paint bubbles with bubbles, all that stuff. So you will need some things like, you're going to need some water in a bottle or in a cup like that, measuring cup. You're going to need some little containers. It's better if they're shallow like this. If you only have something that's taller, just fill it up with a little bit of water. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're going to need some food color if you have it, food coloring. If you don't, you could try to use watercolor paints instead. And a straw, need a straw, and you need some type of liquid dishwashing soap. It doesn't matter what kind, except for if you use the really cheap stuff, it doesn't blow as good of bubbles. So see what you have, and it doesn't matter what color it is either. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and try to gather those things up, and I'll meet you back here in a minute after I get my camera set up. Switch this. Okay, I think we're good. We have everything we need ready to go here. All right, I forgot to tell you earlier, you also need a piece of paper. I'm using a little bit thicker paper, so if you have something thicker, that will work better for you because you're going to be getting your paper a little bit wet. So thicker is better. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is pick one of your containers. Let's start with this one. And I'm going to put a little bit of dish soap into it. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to start out with maybe 6 pumps. I'm not sure how much. If we don't get enough bubbles, we'll add some more. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. A little bit more. And then I have my straw. Look at my fancy metal straw. So I'm just going to mix that around just a little bit with my straw. And then I'm going to use some yellow. So you choose one of your food coloring colors. You do need quite a bit of food color. So even though this water, it's hard to see. It's hardly filled up at all. It's maybe about like that much full, not very far. You're going to need several drops. So this is a food coloring gel. So I think I probably have about 8 or 10 drops right there. But you know, start with a few. If it doesn't work, then just put in some more drops. Then mix it up. And I will say to you that yellow is the hardest color to make this work because it's really a light color. So if it doesn't work for you with yellow, don't be discouraged. Try another color. Try blue. That one worked really well for me. Okay, so once you get it all mixed up, you're going to take your straw. The most important thing in this project here, do not, please, any parents that are listening to me, I know you already know this, do not drink this. It will taste so terrible. You're basically drinking soap. So I know it's tempting because you have a straw and you want to drink. Don't drink it. It's going to taste gross. Okay? Plus it may not be good for you. So we're going to blow bubbles. All right? So watch this. Hopefully you can see well, and let's see what happens. Okay. Now, can you see how, look at, I'm popping them with my straw. See the bubbles jiggling way up high? They're coming up about this far from the top of, over the top of my container. That's good. You want your bubbles to rise up high, almost like they're going to overflow. So if they do overflow, you might want to be on a plastic mat like I have. And if you talk like me for a long time, your bubbles will pop and you'll have to blow some more again, but it's fun. Okay, so let's blow some more, and then I'm going to have my paper right here ready. So we'll see if it works, okay? Okay, the bubbles are really high. I'm going to put my paper on top of it and squish the bubbles down. Look, you get a sneak peek. This is a page I've already worked on. So you just pop those bubbles with the paper, and it is very hard to see, but there are some yellow marks on here, and they're bubble shaped. So how about this? Let's add a little more yellow just to see if we can do a better job at this. I'll add a little more soap and just a touch of water so that the amount in the cups goes up higher. So it's kind of experimenting. It's art and science. You're experimenting with how much of these ingredients you need. Okay, I'm going to try it again. And like I said, if you don't get a lot of interesting marks from the yellow, move on to another color. Here we go. Okay, I think this might be a good one. That's it, you just touch it on. Okay, now you're starting to see a little bit. You can really see where the outline of my container was, but there are little bubble shapes in here, and here's even a bubble that hasn't popped yet. Look at that, popped it. So when I pop it, can you see? Let me change the focus for you. Can you see how it made a little bubble shape? Okay, so that's what's going to happen for you. And you can do this as many times as you want. You can blow bubbles, put the paper on, blow bubbles, put the paper on. You can do yellow 17 times if you want to. But I want to move on to another color so you can see what will happen. Here's red. I've already mixed it up ahead of time. I put quite a lot of red food color in this one. And I'm going to be ready with my paper again, and let's see what happens. On that one, I actually had to tip the bowl a little bit because I needed to have more of the bubble juice kind of where my straw could reach it. Okay, still also again pretty light, but we're getting there. Let's add a little more color in this one. Kind of like cooking too. Adding ingredients. Stir that up. Okay, let me try red one more time and then we're going to do blue. Ooh, the bubbles are really high on this one. Okay, here we go. You want to do this quick too. Don't let the bubble sit there for too long, because I noticed that if I wait too long, sometimes the paint sinks down back into the container and runs out of the bubbles. Okay, so here we go. We get some stuff happening there. All right, let's do one last color, and then I'm going to set you free to try this yourself. So remember how we did it? We started with soap first. This is a little bitty container, so I'm going to add extra soap on this one just to see what happens. How many did I do? Was that about 10? I don't know. Okay, then a little bit of water. You have to make it deep enough so that your straw sinks into the water a little bit. If you don't add enough, then your straw can't blow the bubbles. Okay, I mixed it up a little bit. Also, make sure you pay attention to which end of the straw you put in your mouth, because if you put that soapy end in there, it will not taste good. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot. Let's see. Stir it up. Ooh, it's pretty, huh? And again, this is a food color gel, so it's not just liquidy drops, it's gel. It's a little bit thicker. All right, I think this is going to be a good one. I want to have my paper ready. Here we go. Okay, quick. Touch that on there. Ah, look! That one was good. Now, I noticed too that a lot of my stuff is happening right in the middle of the paper, so on the next one, I'm going to try and fill in some of the edge there. Okay, put that over on the edge of the paper. There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, can you see? There's even one still there that hasn't popped. Pop. All right, so this is your job. Make your different colors. If you want to, after you're done with your red, yellow, and blue. Remember what red, yellow, and blue, what are the names, what kinds of colors are these? Red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors. So you can make all of the colors if you just have red, yellow, and blue. So let me do one last thing before we're done. I have yellow and blue. If I mix them together, I'll get green, I think. Let's find out. I shouldn't have said that. I should have made you guess. Okay, so here's my yellow. Let me pour a little bit of my blue in here. And let's see what happens. Let's stir it up. Put this other one aside. And let's see what we get. Once I make this color, I can't undo it. So I don't have any yellow anymore because I mixed it all up with blue. Put it on the edge. Okay, it's kind of really light green. I could add some more blue into that, but you have fun mixing your own, okay? So you're gonna try and pour and mix and everything, okay? Remember, what was the number one rule? Number one rule? Don't drink the bubble juice. You'll be sorry. Okay, so thumbs up to you. Have a great time with this, and I will see you next week. Thanks.